Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to find the x and y intercepts of this parabola. Y equals x squared plus 6x plus 13. Now, we're going to start off by drawing a line in the sand to talk about both of the different intercepts. The y-intercept is the easiest one to find, so we'll start off with that. For the y-intercept, we're just going to take this number right here, and that's it. So it is 0, 13. And the way that works is this is 0 for x, and if we put in 0 for the two x values, we're looking at 0 squared plus 6 times 0 plus 13. Well, 0 in multiplication just tends to cancel everything out, so we're left with just 13. So it's always useful to know that you can just look for the last number without the x, and that is your y-intercept. As for the x-intercept, we have to do some solving here, because when we do x-intercepts, we want some x value, comma, 0. And so what we're going to do is put 0 in the equation here and get x squared plus 6x plus 13. Now, ideally, we hope that this thing can factor. But unfortunately, 13 is prime, so the only factors we have are 13 and 1, and we cannot combine those to make 6. So factoring is off the table. What we can do, though, is use the quadratic formula. So go up here, quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Excuse me. And this comes from ax squared plus bx plus c. And so that's what we're going to use for all these a, b's, and c's. Now before we go any further, I'm going to do a quick check here. I'm going to look at this part to see what this is. So I will have 36 minus 4 times 1 times 13. I just want to check to see what that's going to be before I go any further. And so what's going to happen is I have 36 minus 52, which is going to give me negative 16. Now here's the problem. You can't take the square root of a negative number. And so what this means is that we're going to have no real x-intercepts. No real x-intercepts. And that's because you're going to take the square root of a negative number. So it has imaginary roots. And really what that means for like what the graph looks like is that it's probably looking something like this, where it's above the x-axis. It might be on the other side of the line, or the y-axis like that, but it just doesn't come into contact with the x-axis. So to recap, our y-intercept is 0, 13, and then we have no real x-intercepts.